Hi there, I'm Captain Bud Westfield. When I'm on the job, I use StarTech brand Aerothrow fragmentation pistols. Every new StarTech brand pistol now comes with the upgraded wide dispersal emission deflector to instantly neutralize sizable gatherings of violent counterfactuals. And the new next-generation Class 3 fusion power cells have a longer lifespan than most middle-class citizens. That can mean the difference between your life and the lives of those darn freedom-hating space communists. You like freedom, right? Because those goddamn commies murdered my wife and son, and that wouldn't have happened if I wasn't fighting for your freedom. I mean, if it had been my decision, we'd have nuked every last one of those bastards long before they ever attacked us. So take it from me, Captain Bud Westfield, and only buy StarTech. StarTech is a publicly traded subsidiary of United HPD Incorporated.
Hello, my lovelies. I am reasonably British. Today, we're going to take a look at a selection of analog video capture devices by the brand StarTech. Actually, that's StarTech.com. The name of the company is StarTech.com, because StarTech.net was already taken. I mean, why name your company after your website? Do you think people won't be able to find your website? They can get as far as Google.com, but then they become confused. I guess StarTech sounds more like an Elon company than an electronics company. But seriously, why ad.com? Oh, you're Canadian. Well, that explains a whole lot. But then shouldn't your company be named StarTech.ca? I'm already very frustrated. Let's try this again. Hello again. I am reasonably British. As you know, most YouTube comments are nothing but inane gibberish that is to be discarded. However, on rare occasions, one of my adoring fans may suggest an intriguing endeavor. This is one such occasion. StarTech.com is a company and/or logo I think I've seen before. They make so much random crap, their existence has been perhaps like a constant hum in the background of life. For some reason, I put them in the same bucket as the company Triplight, another purveyor of random crap. Whilst browsing the Amazon, I have always noticed a plethora of video capture devices from this company, but I haven't been especially drawn towards them until now. We're going to look at 3 analog video capture devices made by StarTech.com, ranging from $40 to $170. Hopefully that will give us a good picture of the general quality we should expect from StarTech.com. Doesn't that sound clunky? .com? Do they have retail locations? Are they called the StarTech.com stores? Oh, I've dropped my phone in the loo. I've got to go to the Apple.com store and see if urine is covered under Apple.com care. Well, the boxes, much like the company itself, seem to be right out of the late 1980s. No form-fitted packaging or satin-finish plastic bags here, just a plain cardboard box with your bits and pieces rolling around in it. I mean, get with the times, StarTech. Haven't you bought anything from the Apple.com store? Oh, wait, these are for Windows only. Son of a... Do you see what I sacrificed to make you people happy? I didn't mean you people. What I meant to say was... when I said you people, I didn't mean you people. I wasn't talking about Canadians, just French Canadians. After all, when you think about it, isn't Canada really just a subset of England? By the way, is she still on your money? Yeah? Your loonies and your toonies? Oh yes, that's very cute. I do enjoy when a colony gets ambitious. Well anyways, let's boot up Windows. The least expensive of the 3, the dongly one, came with a free copy of Movavi Video Editor version 11, which seems to be about 5 major versions behind. But don't you worry, if you'd like to buy the latest Movavi Video Editor for some reason, it would only cost you $54.95 per year. Or you could pay $25 more for a lifetime license. Then you will have the latest version of Movavi Video Editor until next year when version 2025 comes out, because the lifetime license doesn't apply to the yearly major version upgrades. So, what are you buying with that $25? The privilege of being able to keep the out-of-date software you already paid for. And apologies, I know this is supposed to be about StarTech, but this is just so silly. Movavi has an article on their own website listing 20 free video editing apps with no watermark. The first app mentioned is Movavi Video Editor, which has a 7-day time limit and a watermark. You say in the article, watermarks can be frustrating, but your software has a watermark. You just made a list of 20 reasons not to buy your app. I don't, but okay, everything's fine. Everything's just great. David Tennant came back for 3 episodes and everybody is happy. You may find it hard to believe, but I will not be using Movavi Video Editor for this test. I will be using the free OBS Studio, which by the way is Sans watermark. I had to download each of the drivers from startech.com, but the entire capture process was relatively painless and simple. Let's go from cheapest to most expensive. They don't have memorable model names, so I'm just going to call them the Dongli one, the DVI box, and the HDMI box. And this is the last time I'm going to test with the Nicolas Cage video. Don't worry, the great Mr. Cage is certainly not going away, but this specific test video has, let's just say, room for improvement. For the Dongli one, the OBS interface is quite nice. It captures at 720 by 480. Very nice. You click Configure Crossbar to choose between Composite and S-Video. I'm not sure what a crossbar is, but whatever. The config panel has a button for VCR input, which is lovely, but I'm not sure what it does. I didn't notice anything different in terms of quality or error correction. As for the capture quality, the detail looks very good, unreasonably good for $40. Look how sharp those alternating lines are. That rivals the RetroTink or GV-USB. However, I think the highlights may be a little blown out. Usually I leave the picture settings on their defaults, but I think considering the quality of detail this dongle is showing, it's worth trying to tame the luminance levels a bit. I'm using a 10-step grayscale pattern with a waveform monitor, which is part of the OBS Color Monitor plugin, to try to bring everything back to sanity. And have I ever mentioned that I have no idea what I'm doing? So if there are any professional colorists watching, or just any generally competent people, I do profoundly apologize for my intellectual flailing. Well, I think this is much more reasonable. This looks quite excellent. Let's compare it to... Actually, let's talk about the audio briefly. They all sound like this. They capture actual stereo, and it sounds very good. None of these devices will be your audio quality bottleneck. Go ahead and give it a listen. I'll shut up for a second. Wasn't that just downright lovely? Moving on. I fixed the luminance for the Dongli one, but that's all. I didn't color correct anything, and dare I say it, I think the $40 StarTech looks better than the $235 Intensity Pro 4K. Oh yes, that's the bee's knees. The Brits' tits, the dog's log, the PM's BM. Pardon me. You know, I think just about all of the capture devices in this video are good enough for the average Nick Cage enthusiast with a sentimental attachment to their original VHS copy of the 1997 classic romantic comedy Face Off. But if you're looking for truly archival quality captures, yes, Face Off is a romance. Are you totally oblivious to subtext? It's about 2 people who are so obsessed with each other they literally swap faces and live each other's lives. Think about it. John Travolta spends all his time away from his wife thinking about Nick Cage, one man holding the other's matching gold 1911s. I mean, the phallic symbolism alone. And this is from the StarTech DVI box, which I think is also excellent quality. I'm not sure it's any better or worse than the Dongli one, but I didn't have to change the default brightness and contrast for this one. Actually, just for pits and rickles, why don't we take a look at the grayscale bars through the DVI box with the waveform monitor? Oh snap, I knew it was a bit brighter than the Dongli one post-correction, but I didn't think that much of the highlights were being blown out. And that brings us to this week's edition of Reasonable Richard's foolishly fat-headed faux pas of failure. And what should we learn from this, kids? That's right, you cannot trust your eyeballs, just like your parents. They lie to you, but not me. I never lie. You can trust me. I'm your friend. I just got a new cassette player installed in my Ford Econoline. Would you like to listen to it? Yeah? Want to listen to some Foghat? In my Ford van? Oh, and I should say, all of the videos I got were automatically de-interlaced, and I didn't see any way to prevent this. This is the control panel for the Dongli one, and there don't appear to be any de-interlacing controls. The control panel for the StarTech DVI box, however, does let you at least select from a few types of de-interlacing. Wait a minute. This looks very familiar. Ah, this is the exact same control panel that comes with the GV USB 2. What sort of tomfoolery is this? Does that mean? Does this mean? Does that mean? What does that mean? I don't know. I would put some effort into finding out, but I'm not sure I really give a shit, because I mean they're both pretty good. And now, let's talk about the HDMI box. This is not a capture device. This converts a bunch of different analog signals into HDMI. You'll need a separate HDMI capture device for that. This is similar to the Retro Tink family, but the Retro Tinks do it so much better. I couldn't seem to get a good capture out of this thing, at least when it came to an S-video source. Oh well, now I know, and now you know as well. And knowing is, say it with me, half the... Oh, off. That's not a joke, that's a reference, and we don't stoop to referencing nostalgia for cheap laughs here at Reasonable Media Group. I don't pay my writers the WGA minimum to reminisce about their f***ing childhood. I pay them for quality funny, and they better give me the funny, or else no more antibiotics for poor little Jimmy. Where was I? Well, let's take a quick look at how gracefully these handle errors. This is a damaged VHS tape recorded via composite. I'm measuring the StarTex against the Elgato because it's pretty forgiving in terms of errors, although it has by far the worst error correction, and I'm not sure if there's a winner amongst the StarTex. They at least still give you somewhat usable footage, unlike the Blackmagic or the Retro Tink 2X Pro, but it's nothing spectacular. They do actually seem to be doing at least some error correction. I think it's time to wrap up. So would I recommend these for S-video or composite capture? Yes, and probably not. I think my favorite one is the Dongle E one, since the quality to price ratio is so high. If you don't mind doing a little color correction, I would pick that hands down over the GV USB. Recommending the DVI box is, however, a little more complicated. After correcting the luminance on both of the StarTex, I thought the Dongle one was a little better with detail and the alternating lines. But the DVI box can capture all of the things and gives you a bit more control. I mean, at this point, we're arguing over the smallest of details. Again, all of the capture devices in this video are way better than the Elgato or the ClearClick. And that was really my goal, just to weed out the complete shit boxes that for some reason seem so popular. But there's something missing. I feel somewhat unsatisfied. Why don't you all just wait right here and I'll be back in a bit to talk about it. Is that okay? Can you just wait right here? You can wait in my van if you'd like. It doesn't have AC, but it's December, so who cares? Just wait right here and I'll be back. Okay?